Possum! Hi, it's John.
And Emily.
And the opossum.
And Harry.
And Harry. And Jazz, who you can hear barking. And we're going to throw the possum to kick this off. We figure this is a good thing to start. Here we go, Jazz. You ready? All right. Go get the possum. Yes. Look at that slide. So we're here to show you some amazing records this week. We got about 45. We also got a bunch of cool sidelines. We're going to show you those too.
Yep.
We're going to kick off with this, which is now in the window. So cool. Kiss, Creatures of the Night. Newly remastered 40th anniversary LP edition of their 1982 album. Features a first ever half-speed cut master, 180 gram audiophile vinyl, and a tip-on premium jacket. We also have a deluxe 2 CD version with 15 unreleased tracks and a 24-page booklet. Look how creepy. You can come get your picture taken in the window too. Creatures of the Night.
Next up, this guy. I mean, this is kind of cool, whatever. You know, it's Neil Young with Crazy Horse, world record. His 42nd studio album, which has been has to be a world record itself, features 10 new compositions plus a short reprise of one song, and it was mixed to analog tape at Rick Rubin's Shangri-La Studios using a selection of vintage instruments and equipment on Indie Clear. And you might notice someone did some scribbling on this one.
Who did that?
Who
would do that?
I think it was Neil Young himself. This is not Neil Young. This is his father.
Wow.
But yeah, this is gonna be a giveaway for the first 20 folks in line on Record Store Day. You will be automatically entered for a chance to win this.
Incredible. So show up for that.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. And the songs are great. We just listened to the first 2 songs that are available to listen to, and I think we've got 3 clear coming in. Actually, at least 3 coming in tomorrow. Yep. We've got more coming in later. We've got some black. If you want to get one of the blacks until we get the clear, because the clear might not show up till Monday, let us know. Anyway, next up, Billy Strings, Me and My Dad, a collection of 14 classics that Billy and his dad, Terry Barber, know like the back of their hands. It's the music that made Billy the musician and human he is today. We got 3 color versions for you: Black Smoke, Clear Smoke, and Egg Drop. These are super limited. They're going to go fast. If you want one, let us know, and we'll set one aside for you.
Here, I'm going to move this.
Okay.
I will not forget. Oh,
You do the animals. We deal with that.
Next up is Animals Retrospective. This 2-LP set gathers all 14 U.S. top 40 hits, including CC Rider, Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood, San Francisco Nights, and the transatlantic #1 classic, House of the Rising Sun. Package includes extensive liner notes and a gatefold jacket.
Yeah, when things go bad here, we talk in really terrible Eastern European accents. But
yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. The Bodyguard original soundtrack, 30th anniversary edition, the best-selling soundtrack of all time. 6 of the songs were performed by Whitney Houston, who also made her acting debut in the film, including the iconic cover of Miss Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You. Sing it, Emily.
No. Next up is Larkin Poe, Blood Harmony. For their 7th, the Georgia-bred multi-instrumentalist sisters Rebecca and Megan Lovell fortify their storytelling with a rock and blues heavy sound that hits right in the heart. At turns stormy and sorrowful and wildly exhilarating on indie exclusive Red.
Nice. Next up, we got Disturbed, Divisive, the 8th album from the heavy metal band. Features an appearance from Ann Wilson of Heart, who wanted to work with the band after hearing their cover of Sound of Silence. This is on exclusive green vinyl with slip mat, which Emily is running to find right now. We've also got some more on silver that I think should be arriving tomorrow. You can pick whatever color you want. And here's the slip mat, I bet. There it is. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. Disturbed.
Next up, we got Jimi Hendrix Experience live at the Forum. Most of this live performance has been unavailable in any form for over 2 decades, and this marks the first time ever that it will be available on vinyl. Deluxe 2-LP set complete with liner notes from ZZ Top's Billy Gibbons, who witnessed the show firsthand, so that's pretty cool.
That's inspiration right there.
Yep. Mixed directly from the original 8-track master tapes.
All right. Been waiting for this one. The Soul Mining, originally released in 1983. It was the debut major label album by the post-punk outfit, fronted by Matt Johnson. This beloved album has been out of print on vinyl, so get it before it's got. Super stoked for that. What a great album.
Next up, I don't know, somebody's heard of this guy, I'm sure. Michael Jackson Thriller, the best-selling album of all time, celebrates its 40th anniversary with this Mo-Fi original master recording, special audiophile edition. Mastered from the original master tapes and housed in a deluxe slipcase. It is
And
super
it's
swanky.
got all the details
Yeah,
on the
it's
front.
got-
If you're worried about the digital getting your
Yeah.
analog and the analog getting in your digital,
Yeah.
it's all right there. It's very transparent. You just have to figure it out. Some of you like to do that, so we don't want to stop you. Ari Lennox, age, sex, location. After years of anticipation, Ari looks to sweep the world of R&B soul off its feet again with her sophomore outing, which explores her viewpoint on dating and relationships. This is on Sea Blue Wax. I'm interested to hear discussions about dress code, actually. I like her dress code. That's pretty good.
You should get that
Can
outfit.
we... Oh, scary.
Next up is
Scary.
Samara Joy.
Like, I scared myself just...
Linger a while, but not on that thought. At just 22 years old, the singer's Verve debut shows that with a voice, tone, and phrasing that harkens back to the most legendary jazz vocalist, she belongs in the company of her iconic label mates from Ella Fitzgerald to Sarah Vaughan to Billie Holiday.
Saw her perform in New York City from her apartment during lockdown, a Zoom
Oh, cool.
call
Nice.
with
Yeah.
like a dozen of us. Man, she just nailed it. Acapella with ambulances going by. It worked, man.
Say, why were you in her
She's
apartment?
absolutely amazing. The Iron Giant, this deluxe edition 2LP set expands the program to 64 minutes of score with alternates and rare demos, including an unrealized song, Souls Don't Die, based on Cayman's theme, performed with Eric Clapton. The package is a marvel. It's an absolute marvel, ladies and gentlemen. With a pull tab opening the robot's die-cut eyes on the front jacket. You can see it go down right there. That's the way it'll work. When you pull this jacket out, the eyes will turn red.
Ooh, or yellow, depending on which
Ooh,
jacket you have in that
yellow.
sleeve jacket
That's
spot.
so cool.
Next up, we have Common, A Beautiful Revolution, Parts 1 and 2. Released in 2 parts in 2020 and 2021. Part 1's message leads with love and positivity through difficult times. Part 2 recognized there was much work to be done while acknowledging the progress that had been made. This deluxe edition 2LP set on Coke Bottle Clear brings both releases together for the very first time. See this
Just in
artwork?
time for Halloween, we've got The Omen, original soundtrack, winner of the 1976 Academy Award for Best Original Score. Jerry Goldsmith's haunting score returns to LP on red vinyl with black splatter. This pressing is the first to be widely available since the original LP pressings almost 50 years ago. The Omen.
Next up is The Aftermath by the Rolling Stones. This 1966 album represented a milestone for the band as... Yeah, I said it right. I was like, wait, I messed up. As it was the first to consist solely of Jagger Richards' original songs. It also strongly featured the remarkably wry, observant songwriting of Mother's Little Helper and the Baroque charm of Lady Jane.
Good tracks. We got another one, Rolling Stones Between the Buttons, released in '67, and includes Keith's first solo vocal on Something Happened to Me Yesterday. Brian Jones's talents as a multi-instrumentalist are showcased with accordion, electric dulcimer, kazoo, marimba, organ, piano, recorder, and theremin.
Whoa.
On 180-gram LP. I can play none of those.
Next up is Gresham Moncoeur III, Evolution. His remarkable 1963 debut is a marvel of the Blue Note catalog that moves between avant-garde and post-bop, yet exists in a realm of its own due to the trombonist's singular compositions, which are performed by an exceptional ensemble featuring Lee Morgan, Jackie McLean, Bobby Hutcherson, Bob Cranshaw, and Tony Williams.
Crazy.
Blue Note Classic Vinyl Series.
All right, we got Mr. Andrew Hill, Point of Departure. The pianist and composer debuted on Blue Note with a burst of creativity that produced 4 classic albums in 5 months, including this 1964 masterpiece. His extraordinary compositions are given thrilling performances by a diverse ensemble, including Kenny Dorham, Joe Henderson, Eric Dolphy, Richard Davis, and Tony Williams again. This is a Blue Note classic vinyl, you know, all of that good stuff, but it's all right there if you want to read it.
Blue Note Classic, don't you know? Next up is Ombre, 3000 Degrees. The third album from the New Orleans singer-songwriter is an 8-song love letter to all the people, places, and feelings that encompass the 504 on Limited Green.
We got Sun 70th Anniversary Compilation Volume 3 to celebrate the iconic label's 70th anniversary. They have enlisted the help of Ben Vaughn, a musician, producer, composer, and syndicated radio show host, to dig into the Sun vaults and pull out under-the-radar gems from Jerry Lee Lewis, Charlie Rich, Roy Orbison, and more on 180-gram wax.
Also in celebration of Sun Records' 70th birthday, we got Carl Perkins, Blue Suede Shoes. The king of rockabilly rocks and rolls his way through a classic collection of his hits, available on vinyl for the very first time since 1969, and it's been newly remastered.
Next up, Asia. Their self-titled debut studio album contains their biggest hit, Heat of the Moment, which reached number 4 on the Hot 100 chart. Upon its release in 1982, the album spent 9 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard 200. It was certified 4 times platinum in the US and was the best-selling album of that year. Also, Only Time Will Tell, so many other great tracks that we heard a million times on the radio, if we were alive back then.
I didn't. Next up is Chris Isaak. Everybody knows it's Christmas. This festive record features 8 original songs and 5 Christmas classics. It also features artwork illustrated by Chris himself, pressed on candy floss colored vinyl.
Piombo, a new Cam Sugar collection of Italian crime soundtracks fused with American jazz funk, acid progressive rock, synth-infused disco, and more. Piombo journeys into the scores that captured the socio-political turmoil of 1970s Italy, remastered from the original tapes. There it is. Look at them gangsters. There they are.
You'll never guess who's putting an album out this week.
Chicken Heart. No.
King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard. Ice, death, planets, lungs, mushrooms, lava, oh my. Over 7 days, the highly prolific band recorded hours and hours of jams to create their 21st studio album. So that's how they put out an album a week. Just constantly in the studio.
Just jam.
Just
they all have
always jamming.
Even in their sleep, they're like.
They don't sleep.
And they do a chord. Go ahead.
2 LP set pressed on 180 gram recycled black wax.
Queen, Face It Alone, a brand new song with a Freddie Mercury vocal. It was originally recorded during the Miracle sessions, but never released. This is an indie exclusive 7-inch single with a karaoke version on the B-side. New Queen. That's crazy.
Queen with Freddie.
Wow.
More Queen with Freddie, but it's not new. This is their 12th album. It now gets the half-speed mastered treatment. Originally released in '86, it spent 63 weeks on the UK albums chart as they embarked on their biggest stadium tour to date.
Crazy.
That's a lot of weeks.
Elvin Jones Revival live at Pookie's Pub, a thrilling, previously unissued live recording that captures the legendary drummer's emergence as a band leader at a little-known New York City club where he had a weekly residency after leaving Coltrane's band in the late 1960s. This is a deluxe 3 LP with a 16-page insert with photos, interviews, and elaborate liner notes.
Next up, we've got Christmas with the Smithereens. The rock quartet does an impressive job of channeling the sphere of 1960s rock and solidly interpreting each memorable tune. Includes classic seasonal rockers such as Run, Rudolph, Run and Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, along with more obscure fare like a rare Beatles track grabbed from the Liverpool band's 60s fan club only discs on limited green. Yeah, that Liverpool band, you know.
Ron Gallo, Heavy Meta, second solo album from the former frontman of the Philadelphia-based rock and roll band Toy Soldiers. It is 11 tracks of lyrical confrontation and laughter for cynics, laid down roughly on a bed of fuzz, chaotic structures, and primal sounds evoked from a red Fender Jaguar electric guitar on yellow pink split. Heavy Meta, Gallo.
Next up is Los Bichos! Let the festivities begin. Debut album from the London-based pan-continental female four-piece blends Peruvian chicha, Argentine cumbia, Turkish psych, and surf guitars to achieve their retro-futuristic sound. Los Christmas edition includes exclusive flexi discs with 2 new songs and a sticker sheet, and it's pressed on red vinyl. This is fantastic.
It's very good. Nikki Lane, Highway Queen, the country singer's 2017 album saw her emerge as one of country and rock's most gifted songwriters. Limited repress on blue jean colored wax.
Next up we got Fats Domino, live from Austin. The 1986 Austin City Limits performance from one of the pioneers of rock and roll. According to the ACL producer Terry Licona, this is the definitive Fats Domino performance ever captured on camera. Unlimited Blueberry Hill color vinyl.
Next up, Widespread Panic, live from Austin, Texas. If you're among their legion of fans, you know the band is legendary for never playing the same show twice or the same song the same way twice. Recorded live at Austin City Limits on Halloween in 2000, this limited repress is on double chili blue colored vinyl.
Hold this one for
I'll hold this one.
Got some Jason Isbell reissues for you. First up is his debut, Sirens of the Ditch, with 4 unreleased tracks impressed on Hurricanes and Hand Grenades color vinyl. We also have Live at Twist and Shout on Root Beer Swirl.
Sweet. I'm going to do this one. We got Suki Waterhouse, Milk Teeth, compiles the singer-songwriter's various non-album singles onto a physical release for the very first time. It includes the song Good Lookin', which in mid-2000, no, 2022 exploded on TikTok and hit #1 on the global viral chart. This is a loser edition on blue wax.
You could have said 2022.
I know it could have worked.
Next up is Adrian Quesada, the Jaguar Sound. With his second solo album of 2022, the Black Puma's co-founder showcases another impressive side of his artistry, with 12 head-nodding cinematic instrumentals landing somewhere between Krungman, Lee Hazelwood, and The Alchemist. And it's on baby blue vinyl. Look how cool that is. It's so good. He's amazing too.
Ringo. EP3, Sir Ringo's newest EP, features 4 brand new tracks featuring longtime collaborators Steve Lukather, Linda Perry, Dave Cause, Jose Antonio Rodriguez, and Bruce Sugar. Ringo.
Next up we have Bill Evans, live at Town Hall. The pianist's first ever performance at a concert hall in New York City, recorded in 1966, features the sensitive accompaniment of Chuck Israels on bass and Arnold Wise on drums. Includes a 13-minute solo suite dedicated to the memory of Bill's father, who had only recently passed at the time of the recording. Verve Acoustic Sound Series.
Nirvana, In Utero. Their third and ultimately final studio album was 1993's most polarizing rock record. The unadorned sonic rawness laid bare every primal nuance of their confrontational yet vulnerable material, featuring the singles Heart-Shaped Box and All Apologies. And it was that. I remember when that came out, and it was like everybody had an opinion about that record, positive or negative, and
I had an opinion.
I loved it.
What year was that? 1993? Yeah.
What was your Goo Goo Gaga?
Was
that your opinion?
I was 1 year old.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, I have an opinion now, but it's great. I love it. Next up, Thick, Happy Now. The New York punk trio delivered their most complex and confessional work yet, exploring everything from self-sabotage and insecurity to victim blaming and destructive relationships. Raw, irreverent, and brutally honest, their sophomore album offers both joyful catharsis and much-needed instruction for living well in turbulent times on Indie Exclusive Yellow. These guys are also amazing.
The Stone Foxes, On the Other Side. Born out of both global and personal hardships, their 7th album is an album of the heart. As the world was forced to look inward, so too were brothers Shannon and Spence Kohler. Quite literally for Shannon, who underwent a painful open heart surgery. But out of this pain came a sweeping soundscape that feels like both new territory and a return to roots. This is on yellow orange swirl vinyl and features a song called Nora Jones.
Next up, we've got Scott Weiland, The Most Wonderful Time of Year. Your head is in my way.
It's a big hit.
The classic holiday album from the late Stone Temple Pilots frontman is on vinyl for the very first time. Includes his signature takes on Winter Wonderland, White Christmas, Silent Night, and more, plus 4 previously unreleased tracks, including Happy Xmas, War Is Over on Limited Green.
There's the missing disturbed slip mat. There it is. Just wanted to let you know that it's safe. Ice Nine Kills, Predator Becomes the Prey. And this record actually became the prey of the shipping process because it got damaged. So we're going to sell it to you at a great price.
Yep.
But we'll show you how cool it is. Look how beautiful that is. It does. It looks like ice, doesn't it? Don't you want it, even though the jacket is like completely destroyed anyway? We're going to sell it below cost. So it's going to be amazing. But if you want one that isn't crushed, we can get you one of those too. This is their 3rd studio album from the metalcore band and their first release on Fearless Records, released in 2014. This is a limited edition on clear with smoky white swirl. Again, it's super limited as it's got this issue.
Yeah, limited edition creases.
Yeah.
Next, we've got Vance Joy and Our Own Sweet Time, the highly anticipated 3rd album from the Australian multi-platinum singer-songwriter. Created mostly in the pandemic, the album is Joy's most personal project yet.
All right, got a piece of paper, which means something is coming tomorrow that we don't have yet. XTC, The Big Express, considered to be a neglected classic of its era. That's the way I feel. XTC is one of my favorite bands of all time. This has got hits like Wake Up, All You Pretty Girls, Seagull Screaming, Kiss Her, Kiss Her, Kiss Her, and I Bought Myself a Lyrebird, among many others. XTC, Big Express.
Is that a Little Mermaid song?
Yeah, all of them are. The whole album is a
the
Little
Seagull
Mermaid
Screaming,
thing.
Kiss Her, Kiss Her, Kiss Her.
Yeah. No, I think actually Little Mermaid ripped off Andy Partridge. Probably.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. No, not really. Sorry, Disney.
Please
Case you're watching.
don't Disney, we mean no harm. Please don't come after us.
Anyway, what else do we do? Did we get some cool sidelines? Let's show you those. We got some things.
Socks.
We got a whole massive sock restock, a lot of new socks. These are the only socks we can show you that aren't so brutally offensive that we would get fined by the FTC.
For your kitty cat.
For the kitty cat premium, dude, premium organic kidnap, yeah.
Don't kidnap either. Existential kitty.
What does it say on it? Existential kitty. Why do I kill? Yeah, cats can kill. Humans can. That's bad. Peace and love. So that's what we've got. Record store day. We probably got 95% of the stock in now in some form or another. Only waiting on a couple shipments. Missing like 10 things out of 180. So we're going to be working on that. We hope to get you a video of all the rest of that stuff this weekend to give you deets. But we already have about 30% of it. If you haven't watched that, watch the video from a few days ago. Get caught up on all that stuff. There's some amazing stuff in there this time. So check it out. Black Friday, which is November 25th, coming up, 8 a.m. First come, first serve. All that goodness. Neil Young, potential chance. First 20 people in line. Amazing. And then after that, we got the Questlove book for the second group. So you got to get all your timing just right there. So that's it. Hope to see you guys soon. Huge restock. Stick around. Watch that. Bye, guys. Used. I bought an amazing, this happens every year, but we just bought an amazing estate sale. 400 records. Hopefully we'll get those out over the next few weeks as well. But if you're into classic soul and classic retro jazz singers, there's a lot of good stuff, and 12-inch singles too. So yeah, new order. Yes. Bye, guys.